Man, I overshot this workout, a lot of it. For a bench, it's interesting because I went for a 230 pound 3 count pause bench set, and I was expecting that to be RP 6 or 7, which the program, the workout for today says to aim for RP 6, right? I did it and it was RP like 9.5. And the next set, so I went down all the way to 205, and 6 reps, 3 count, also was 9.5, probably 10 even. So I went down all the way to 185, and that was like RP 7. So I should have honestly did like 205, 210, 215 max. No, I think 205 or 210 would have been a smarter idea to hit around the RP 6 range. And the issue was like, I ate like 1,700 calories the day before, and so I'm basically on a cut, like an even cut. Like some days I eat maintenance or a little bit more, and some other days I eat less. And I haven't benched since that day for like 5 days, and which is a smaller problem. But also I had pressed the day before, even though it was just 2 working sets, right? Based on the last video, it was 105 for 10, and then 110 for 10, which is like RP 5 or less. It still had effect on my bench the next day, right? So I definitely overshot it by like 20 pounds, 25 pounds. And then bent over rows was fine, as you'll see. But dumbbell incline bench was also really interesting. I knew that I had to go for a weight lower than what I did like 3 years ago. Like 3 years ago, I remember in Songs 531, I did 65 pounds for like 3 sets of 10, RP 10, right? But it was also after like a grueling set of bench and a close grip bench, right? So now I was thinking maybe 55, right? And that was the right number. So I did 15. I was like RP 5. But then I went to 60, and it was 5 pounds more each hand, right? And that was actually like RP 9, and I did 12, right? Which is really interesting how much harder it was. So I went back down to 55 and got only 11 at RP 9, I believe. No, RP 10. I definitely should have used a 1 rep max calculator, because if I put 230, right, for 10, which is 6 for at 6 RPE, the 1 rep max calculation will be at 306, right? And for a 3 count pause, I cannot do that. For a 3 count pause, I can probably do on my best day probably like a 280, maybe, right? So if I put 205 for 10, that's like around a 280, 285, and so that makes more sense, right? So I should have done 205 for 3 by 6, and using the 1 rep max calculator in advance would let me know that, right? And then I'm doing feet up bench on day 4, I think, and that's like what I think 3 sets of 10 to 12. So I like RP I think 6 or 7. So let me actually check right now. I have the app open. Yeah, RP 6 to 7, 2 sets of 10 to 12 reps, right? So that's like 15 reps. So I'm thinking about doing like probably maybe 200 pounds, 195, right? For 12 reps, keeping it at RP like around 6, 7, 8. I haven't been dealing with any weight under 2 plates for a while, so it's kind of a hit to my ego. But I need to realize that this is more of a hypertrophy block, higher reps, not hitting RP 10, or even RP 9, which I did a lot in the high intensity and high frequency program. So I need to really make sure that I'm using the right numbers, and especially with the volume ramping up on week 2 and week 3, I need to make sure that the weight is right and not as intense as I expect it to be, and undershoot a little bit rather than overshoot to have a better recovery, right? Even though there's a deload on day 4, I need to especially make sure to not go too heavy on the deload week 4, right? So anyways, I'm gonna keep the commentary short. Just maybe one more thing I want to talk about. Um, I I can see that I have, I think, 12 weeks of hypertrophy of this block. So I have a vacation on like week 9 or week 10. So I want to see, just going through this entire block. I think having a vacation should not affect my hypertrophy block that much. I can maybe miss a day or two. I think that's fine. But I want to see how this hypertrophy block really, how that sets me up for my strength block. Is it gonna actually help, or is it just not gonna do anything, right? I think it should help, and especially when I'm trying to cut right now, or at least very least not trying to gain any weight. Anyways, you'll see, if you go to the end of the video, you'll see my curls, the alternating hammer curls I did. The last 2 videos, the camera was too close to me, so it was not really well recorded, but I don't think that matters that much. But yeah, one other thing is I kind of want to do heavier on bent over rows. These were like 3 to 4 reps in reserve, but I really want to get better at these. A sign of my bent over rows being weaker than my bench is a sign that I should do more back work. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in video 3. Peace.
Grab that.
Was that fun?
Very good.
I'm glad. I'm glad you're having fun. What does this mean?
Just stabilize your back.
Oh, it pops up, right?
So you can lean against it.
Interesting. You don't want that?
Just gonna stay by. Actually, you wanna try it?
Sure.
I know you're down with me.
Sure.
You're gonna wanna go a little lighter.
Got 15.
Unless it was
No, no,
too easy.
it's not.
Let me just see, please. Yeah. So.
Easy.
Just keep your back against it.